This 32-year-old janitor became the strongest kaiju hunter. The most impossible transformation in anime history. Kafka Hibino was literally scrubbing monster guts off sidewalks at AM when his life changed forever. Kafka made roughly $50,000 a year cleaning up aftermath when monsters destroyed entire city blocks, while heroes got fame and million-dollar deals. Guys like Kafka got hazmat suits, industrial mops, and the thankless job of ensuring no monster DNA was left rotting in the streets. For 10 years, Kafka did this job. 10 years watching younger, more talented recruits become legendary kaiju hunters while he got older, more tired, and seemingly more invisible each day. But his decade as cleanup crew wasn't wasted time. It was the most brutal training regimen any kaiju hunter has ever undergone. The night everything changed, it's 2:47 a.m. Most of Tokyo is asleep. Kafka is alone in a hospital corridor, having just cleaned up after another kaiju attack he wasn't strong enough to help stop. Then a tiny, mysterious kaiju fell straight into his mouth. In any other anime, this would happen to a chosen 16-year-old with perfect hair and unlimited potential. But here's where Kaiju number 8 breaks every convention. It happened to a tired, ordinary man who had already failed at his dream. The kaiju didn't choose Kafka by accident. While everyone sees a failed hunter, that little monster saw something else. 10 years of exposure to kaiju biology. 10 years of understanding monster behavior patterns. 10 years of building immunity to kaiju toxins. And most importantly, 10 years of pure determination that never died. Why a 32-year-old body was perfect. Every teenager who becomes a kaiju hunter trains their body to fight monsters. Kafka's body was already a living encyclopedia of monster knowledge. While other hunters studied kaiju in classrooms, Kafka spent a decade literally handling their remains. At 32, he had mental resilience that no teenager possesses, real-world experience with kaiju biology, emotional maturity to handle incredible power responsibly, nothing left to lose. The most dangerous combination, the transformation that rewrote the rules. When Kafka first transforms into Kaiju number 8, he doesn't just become strong, he becomes something that shouldn't exist. Most kaiju hunters reach 20-30 of their potential power on first transformation. Elite hunters might hit 40% after years of training. Kafka hit 92% power output on his first try. The Defense Force's monitoring equipment literally couldn't process the readings. But here's the terrifying part, Kafka stayed consciously human while outputting kaiju-level destruction. The psychological advantage. Kafka's greatest strength isn't his kaiju power, it is his refusal to let power change who he is. Most protagonists get power and immediately think they're special. Kafka got the power to level city blocks, and his first thought was, how can I use this to help my cleanup crew buddies? While other kaiju hunters fight for glory, Kafka fights with purpose. He's not trying to prove he's the strongest. He's trying to prove ordinary people can do extraordinary things. When elite hunters face stronger opponents, they doubt themselves. When Kafka faces impossible odds, he thinks, I've been cleaning up after fights like this for 10 years. Time to prevent the cleanup. The emotional payoff, every shonen protagonist fights to get stronger. Kafka fights to prove that getting older doesn't mean giving up on dreams. When Kafka finally stands alongside Defense Force hunters he admired for a decade, it is not just a power fantasy, it is validation for every adult who feels like they missed their chance. His childhood friend Mina Shiro became the legendary captain while he was cleaning floors. Now they're fighting side by side as equals. Kafka's age isn't a limitation, it's his superpower. He has perspective, patience, and emotional intelligence to see the bigger picture while younger hunters focus on individual battles. Why Kafka is actually the strongest. Kafka isn't just stronger than other kaiju hunters, he's operating on a completely different level. Consider this. Mental strength, surviving 10 years of failure without giving up. Emotional strength, maintaining humility despite incredible power. Social strength, inspiring ordinary people to believe in themselves. Strategic strength, understanding kaiju behavior better than career hunters. Most anime protagonists are strong because they're chosen. Kafka is strong because he chose to keep trying when everything said he should quit. The final revelation, Kafka's decade as cleanup crew was never random. Someone or something has been preparing Kafka for this exact moment since he was 22. What are the odds that the most dedicated, knowledgeable, emotionally prepared person in Tokyo just happens to be in the right place when a transformation kaiju appears? This isn't a story about a janitor who got lucky. This is a story about a hero forged through 10 years of the most unrecognized training program in anime history. Kafka Hibino will become the most important anime protagonist of the 2020s, not because of his power level, but because he represents proof that your dreams don't have an expiration date. Kaiju No. 8 isn't just a monster anime, it is a manifesto for anyone who refuses to accept that their best years are behind them. The 32-year-old janitor didn't just become the strongest kaiju hunter, he became proof that ordinary people can do impossible things.